All right, I'm here with this is Mr. Bedley. I'm here with my son Taylor. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Oh, that was good. Okay, and we're going to be going through fourth grade social studies today. A little lesson on Spain's influence in California. Unit 2, lesson number what, Tay? It's right
Oh,
here. It says it right here. Unit
two
2,
through
lesson
four.
4. No, not 2 through 4. It's Unit 2, lesson 4. All right. Oh, let's go back. We're not supposed to go to this slide yet. That one's a secret. Can't see it. All right. Well, so what was Spain's influence in California? If you were going to build a settlement in a new place, wouldn't you want it to be in the right place?
Yeah.
Have you ever thought about starting up a new settlement somewhere, Taylor?
Uh-huh.
You have. Where would you want it to be? What would you want it to be
On
near?
Hawaii.
You want it to be in Hawaii. Why?
Because awesome.
You got to talk louder because why?
It'll be awesome.
But why? What would be in Hawaii that you'd want to have a new settlement? And remember, a new settlement, that means there's nobody
Water.
there. Well, you'd want water near you. Why is that?
It's like go to the beach.
Oh, okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. So you want to be near water. You don't care about food.
No.
Okay. All right. So when building missions, you know how the Spanish, they put missions in California?
Yes.
Okay. Spain had to think about where to locate them so they would be successful. They couldn't just put them out in the middle of the desert or something like that, right? How do you think the success of Spanish missions in California made Spain's colony stronger? How do you think that happened? If they had good missions here, do you think that would make the colony stronger?
No.
Yes, of course it would. That's not the right answer. Okay, now we're going to find out how it did make it stronger. You ready? Now we're going to go to the next page.
Is that picture right there?
Almost. Okay, so the location of missions is the first thing we're going to talk about. Where were these missions located? Spanish missionaries, remember those are the people that work at the missions that are telling the natives about their faith in Catholicism, built many missions in California and throughout Spain's colonies in the Americas. Okay, so they didn't just build missions in California, they were in other places in the Americas too, which means North and South America. They wanted the California Indians to be Catholic. What did they want them to be?
Catholic.
Catholic. Do you know anybody that's Catholic? You probably do. You just maybe don't realize it. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. From 1769, which was about the exact same time that Paul Revere and George Washington and all those guys were on the East Coast making a big deal of making a new country. Okay, so 1769 to 1821, many missions were created in California. The Spanish government wanted the number of Catholic missions in California to grow. They wanted more and more missions. This was because California was an important part of Spain's land in North America. This map right here shows where Spain was in charge in North America. And they called this area, let me write it here. Oops, wrong place. They called this New Spain. Why would they call it New Spain?
Because Spain was making war.
That's right. This is the new part of Spain, right? Even though it's far away from Spain. The Spanish thought if California Indians believed in Catholicism, they would support Spain's colony. So by putting missions all over here, right, and then they brought the Native Americans, the Indians, in here to learn about Catholicism, they figured, hey, if they're Catholic, they'll support us in coming over here and putting up new places for people from Spain to live. Because they'll be like friends with them automatically because they'll have the same faith. You get it? They're hoping. They just thought that would be a good way to not have the Indians fighting against them. Because if they're both Catholic, why would they fight with each other? Right? Okay. So, let's keep moving here. To attract large number of California Indians, the missions had to be built near where the groups lived. Because if they wanted to have the Indians, if they wanted to tell them about them, that wouldn't make any sense to build the mission far away from where they lived. They built them right next to where the Indians were already living, right? Okay, the missions were also built, I'm going to move on here, near natural resources. Natural resources are things that you just find in nature. Okay, do you find Wii systems, game systems in nature? Is that a natural resource?
No.
No. You find things like this. You find rivers, forests, and fertile land or good soil for growing crops. So they wanted it to near this stuff because they had to have food. So they wanted to have good soil. They didn't want to build near sand where you can't really grow any food. They wanted it near rivers. Why?
Water.
Because they had to drink and wash their clothes and their pots and pans. And they wanted it near forests. Why do you think they wanted near forests?
Wood.
Exactly. They wanted the wood. All right, let's keep going here. There's another thing besides being near where the Indians lived and being near natural resources. They wanted it to be easy to get to and safe where they built the missions. The missions also had to be safe and easy to get to. They were close to bays on the coast so that ships could land nearby. So a ship could land right next to the mission, unload, and take it a short distance to get to the mission, right? A trail called El Camino Real was started in 1770 to connect the missions. Yes?
Why would people want to go to a mission?
Well, the Spanish wanted to go to the mission because they wanted to tell people about their faith in Catholicism, about their religion.
Yeah, but why would the Indians want to go there?
Well, remember we learned that last time. What did they do to get them to come to the mission? They gave them gifts. They gave them gifts, right? Okay, but that's a really good question. So they built this road, a trail that went from one mission to the next. It's called El Camino Real. In fact, you can still see that to this day if you go certain places where it is, the road is. They'll have like this big curved thing. Looks like this, like a sign, and it's got a bell on it. You ever seen those anywhere? And they'll have a sign that'll say El Camino Real on the side of the road. And they built forts there along the trail. The Spanish built forts along the trail to serve as military and trading posts. So it was for soldiers to fight off bad guys, right? And they would use it as a trading post, which is like a store. A fort is a building used by soldiers to defend an important place.
I thought they would use it for like people when they're traveling.
Nope. No, that wouldn't be for that. The Catholic Church in California, that's what we're going to learn about next. The missions priests were part of a Catholic group known as Franciscans. Just like San Francisco, I bet you that's where the name came from. It's real close to Franciscans. That was the name of the Catholic group that they were a part of, okay? They taught the California Indians how to make such things as olive oil and leather goods. Here we see on this side a little device where they would grind up the olives and squish them down and squeeze out the oil. This is actually from a mission. The Franciscans, the Catholics, taught the Indians how to make olive oil. Okay, they also taught them how to make leather goods. And here is a leather shop in an actual mission right here with saddles and different kinds of leather things, okay? Then the missionaries traded these items for products from the eastern United States. That's over where Thomas Jefferson lives, right? At this time, California missions were the colonies. California missions produced goods for trade with other countries. The missions earned money from trading. This made the missions even more important to the Spanish. So they made lots of money because they took the olive oil, they took the leather goods, and they traded it or they sold it. Okay, so they were getting a good deal out of it, right, by having the Indians do that kind of stuff. Because missions were important, the priests who ran them gained power. So here's a priest, and the missions are very important. So these guys became very powerful people because they're in charge of a lot of other people, right? In fact, some priests, such as Father Junipero Serra, remember him, Junipero, were given control over the soldiers in their areas. So the priests were in charge of the soldiers. That's kind of unusual. All right, are you ready for a quiz?
No.
It's quiz time. Okay, let's see if you can. If you're not ready, you got to go back and watch the video again. But you're just going to have to try it on your own. The Spanish settlers used to call California what? See if you can say it. 2 words. Come on, hurry, hurry, I'm out of time.
I just like,
It's this and this. New Spain. There it is.
That
Okay.
wasn't California. I thought that was,
Well, it's California in other parts too. Okay, why did the Spanish want the California Indians to believe in Catholicism?
so they would go be part of them and get more people to come. And
Yeah, so that they would support Spain's colony. They thought that if they would be more likely to support their colony if they turned them into Catholics, right? They're not going to fight Catholics with Catholics. Okay, what 3 things does Spanish consider when deciding where to place a mission? Do you remember the 3 things?
Oh,
One,
yes,
2, 3.
water. They wanted rivers. They wanted grass and like good soil, and then forest.
Okay, that was only one of them. And there was the first one had to do with people. They wanted it near people. What people?
Oh, like the boat places.
Oh, that's right. Okay, harbors. That's easy to get to
And
and
like,
safe, right?
Yeah.
And what was the first one? Near certain people. What? Why did they have the missions there? Indians. They wanted to be near the Indians. Okay.
Ding,
Ding, ding, ding. Near where Indians lived, near natural resources like rivers and lakes and forests and good soil for farming, and safe and easy to get to. There we go. All right. What did the Spanish build for defense along the El Camino Real? They built things.
They built a path, and then they put like
The El Camino Real is the path, but what did they put along the path?
They put forts.
Yes.
Ding,
You got
ding,
it.
ding.
Forts. There's a picture of a fort right there. Okay, what types of things did the Franciscans teach the Indians how to make? Do you remember what they taught them how to
They
make?
made leather goods.
And?
And olive oil.
Ah, yes. Olive oil and leather goods.
You said olive oil.
Okay, why were the goods important to the missions? Why did they like having them make these things?
So they could trade it and get money.
That's right.
Ding, ding,
Ding, ding, ding, ding. So they could earn money from trading. And that's the end of our movie. Thanks for watching.
Oh.